In every way that God works in all the many mysterious ways unknown to men. For the ways of God could not have been known to men, because man did not follow the sacred precepts of God. That would have enabled man to discover who he is. And no man knew who he is because no man understands the way God is. And except man came to know how God exists, he doesn't know how he exists. And when man did not find the way to his own heart, he could not find the way to the sacred secrets of God that were placed within the hearts of all men. For man went in a muddled mind, and a muddled mind could not have received the things from a sacred heart. And so man was always guided by the way of his head, because he could not have found the things of God that were within his sacred heart. And so this whole world was always going in the wrong way, and the children of God also went the wrong way. And every way that man went that was the wrong way, it brought nothing but pain, suffering, and death to mankind. No man understands how he is created in the image and likeness of God because he does not know who or what God represents. And everywhere in the world, man said, these terrible things that man does, how is it that if we have a God, this God cannot stop it? And man did not understand what he was saying because he did not know that in all the ways that he was created to be his own God. And these things we give you to teach because even the children of God lost the way to know how they were gods. If you are created in the image and likeness of God, you too are God. And it is for this reason that you were told to know thyself and to find your God first. There are many things that were shown to man that enabled man to know that there is something that he has within him that makes him great and mighty. And many things were shown to man. In all the different ways man existed on earth, he was shown that there were some that displayed brilliance that many didn't have. Some had skills that others did not have. And others had abilities that marveled those who saw their abilities. And all these were the ways that man was given to know that there is in him that which is great, that is capable of doing marvelous things. And man still did not understand it. Even the simple messages that your God gave to man didn't understand it. We said to man, love and do good. Love and do good. And wherever man went in this world, he did not find the way to love in God, and therefore he couldn't know the way to do good. We said to man, it is blessed to give, and to give freely. And man heard these things, and man still did not react to what he was told to give freely. And everywhere that man went in this world, he sought the way to take and not to give. He sought the way to profit by what he takes instead of giving freely. And so the whole world went the wrong way. And that is what everybody was told. You've gone the wrong way. You've gone the wrong way. And still man did not understand that he could not access the greatness in him when he goes the wrong way. And everywhere in this world that we have given you to see and to know, we have said to your son, you must teach these things, because even the children of your God lost the knowledge of themselves, and in losing the knowledge of themselves, they too lost the way to know the truth. You cannot find the truth when you do not adhere to the sacred principles that are given to you. And the children of your God became so distorted in their spirit that they too, like the tribes of earth, were unable to know what is the right thing to do and how to do it in the right way. We always say to you that your God taught everybody by way of stories. Everyone that came into this world, as soon as they came into this world, as little as they are, they were told stories. They were either stories that were spoken or they were stories that were sung. But it was all stories. And in all the stories that were told to man, your God gave it wisdom. Every story that was told carried a wisdom within it. And God said, you know, son, man still did not get it. Man still did not get it. And so everywhere on earth, man produced from himself everything that he reaps for himself. We have given unto you to share with the children that which was also hidden from them. That when your God created man, your God gave it to man that which is of God, self. And that God's self was given to create the seen form of itself. And when the seen form of itself was created, it was given to be the way of the God self, which is the unseen self that all men call the Spirit. And so man became like his God, so that everything that was of the God that is the Spirit was given to the seen physical self called man. And then man in the seen self was given to do what the unseen God self had given man to do, that it may continue to be the way that the unseen God self is. And so the seen self was given to go forth and to do the things that were given to it from the God self, which is the unseen self. And every way that it was given to obey everything that was given, it was to give the seen self the way that it may become one with the unseen self. The seen self were given many trials. In the first trial, it was given to see all the things that were beautiful, but it was also told what it shouldn't do. And every way that it went and started to do what it shouldn't do, it was given pain. The first pain of man was in his head, because his eyes had directed him in the way in which his head told him this is what you should do. And because he was not given to do it, he was given to feel the adverse consequences of doing it. And those adverse consequences was pain in the head. When man decided to move towards what he wanted, he was given pain in the foot. And it was to remind him that he was going in the wrong way. And every way he reached out for that which he was not given to take, he received a pain in his hand. So the head and the hand and the foot of man was a solemn reminder to man of what would happen to him when he went to do what he was not given to do. Every way man was given the pain, he cried out, "Oh God, oh God." And that was the way his God was saying to him, no, 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 no. And everywhere in the world today, God shows man, whatever comes to him that he does not like, he calls out, "Oh my God, oh God, oh God." So the God took away the pain from man and sent man to continue on the journey that was given to man. This time, it increased the wonders and the beauty of what was given to be seen with the same instructions. And man saw, and he wanted to take. And every way that he was told, these things are not to be taken, he went after them. The pain in the head increased, the pain in the foot increased, the pain in the hands increased, and the pains reverberated everywhere in man. And when the pain became so excruciating, man cried out, "Oh my God, oh God." And man went into a state of sleep. Now when you say you black out, God say you're gone into a state of sleep. That is what happened to man. That is what happened to man. When he awoke, he was never the same. For the God that accompanied him left him. And so man was no longer able to know that the God that created him and sent him forth to walk in the way that he would be like God had left man. And everything that man attempted to do that he was not given to do became his God. So whenever you hear men say, all these terrible things are happening, where is God? Why did God allow this to happen? It is the way God said, it is your God. It is your God that made all these things possible that you do not want. For every way that you were told, whatever you sow, you shall reap. That is what God told them. You sowed everything that you have now reaped. And that is why God told the whole world, change and decay is all around, you'll see. And there was never a time when man was not given to see that he changed everything that was given from God to him, and he brought nothing but destruction and decay unto himself. God said to you, tell them, y'all look around this world today. What are you seeing? Change and decay. Man has gone worse. So worse, God says, that it cannot continue. It cannot continue. And the children of your God did not know how they happened to be the way they are. But you must tell them, when you came here from the Son as gods, you were indeed gods, because you brought with you a greatness and a magnificence that was never on earth. But you were disobedient. Because everywhere you saw the many that were cast out from the light that was given into them, that they may walk the way of beasts on earth, we said unto you all, say only to them the things that you are given to say. Do for them only that which we give you to do, and whenever you are going to practice the sacred rituals of the sun, do so in the secret, sacred places that you will be directed to do it in. God said, well, tell them. You started sharing knowledge with them that you were not given to share. You started doing things for them because they said, how come you're able to do these things? You start showing them. God said, yeah, look around. And everywhere you are going to say, we invented this, we invented that, we invented that. And God said, well, you invented all these things, and what good has it done to you? Who now benefits from it? And so you see, God knew that the children didn't understand how God spoke to them. And we sent you as our son to teach them how to know themselves and how to understand why it is they are the way they are. We told them, whenever you're going to practice your sacred rituals, do so in a secret, sacred place. God said, you tell them. I'll call them and tell them, come, let me show you how to do this and how to do that. And that only corrupted what you did show to them, but they used it against you. Because all the sorcery in the lands of the children of God are the corrupted rituals of the children of God that they themselves don't know turned against them too. You know, God says to you, tell them, you see how I walk? Yeah, I walk the same way. Yeah, I had the same greatness in you. Yeah, I have the same knowledge that I have, because you were the tree of knowledge. And many of them say, well, Brother Eddie, how come you got all this knowledge, how we'd like you to share it? And I tell her, yeah, I got it in you too. You have it in you. When I say to you, I am the way, I'm just showing you how you are. I am just showing you how you are. But because you do not follow the sacred precepts given to you, you don't know how to access the sacred knowledge that is within you. Every one of you went the same way. Every one of you. You sought to take and not to give. You didn't know how to love in God because you knew how to lust in the flesh. You found every decadent way in which to behave towards each other because you didn't know how to do good. And every way that you followed the wayward ways of the tribes of earth, you too became like the tribes of earth, a distorted people, confused, never knowing who you are, never knowing where you came from, never knowing the powers you have, never knowing why you are the way you are. You aren't the way you are because of the tribes of earth. You are the way you are because of you. Because when you come to know you and know the powers that you have within you, you know the way to overcome anything. So these tribes on earth are not your problems. Your problems are with you, within you, and of you. Because God said, you tell them, look at all of you in all your lands. You're warring with this one, you're warring this one. I belong to this tribe, you belong to that tribe. I belong to this country, I belong to that country. You forget that everywhere you came on earth from the land of Moab as Moabites, you are all Israelites. That's who you are. You're nothing else. All these names you give to yourself are all the ways in which God showed you all. You all disobeyed God, you all dissected yourself, you all removed yourself from the way you were, and you all have become nothing but mendicants upon the earth. And every way that God says you tell them, I said to you all, turn away from all these ways. Turn away from all these decadent ways. You can only be God's again when you abandon all these decadent and distorted and dysfunctional ways that you have and return back to the way you were taught. To walk upright before God is to honor all those who are of you, that are your brothers and sisters. To be perfect in all your ways is to know the way to love and to give freely, to uplift, and always to enable others to be that greatness that you aspire to be. And it is in that way that the covenant between you and your mother God and then your father God will enable you to become the gods that you are. For you are first your mother's children, and secondly, your father's children. For it is through Mother God that you came into being. It is with the assistance of Father God that you began to grow. And everywhere you see it, that is the way it is. You came from your mother, your father assisted you in growing. Everything works in that order. And so whenever you see those who are of the image of your mother God, respect them, honor them, and glorify them. Don't treat them the way you do, because you are nothing without them. You are here because of them. And in doing that which is given to do to them, you honor and glorify the mother from whom you also came. Ina malakoro sikini kira horba haidi se koratandaro no korapati sikaratandaro koratum tisira di harara. Ibrakado sakarato sakarakondai, God said unto you, son, tell them that God will break the chains that bind them in the spiritual bondage that they have found themselves in. But they must also remember that God is not a God that can ever be mocked. And so whenever they are told You must turn away from these ways, and God will make a new covenant with you. Do as you are told. Turn away. Turn away. Wait for the God that created you will deliver you from the snares of this evil world. And so will it be.